everybody. Welcome to Monday, the 20th of February, 2017. I'm Doc Eon, and I painted some minis for you to look at. I've gotten quite a few finished since the midweek updates. 6 of them, in fact. You can only see 5 here, but that's because I'm going to have to cut and refocus for the 6th one. It's quite different. What have I gotten done? Well, I rushed through the 2 dwarves. They were not that difficult. This one is mostly metallics. He's a fully armored dude. And this one was just all leather equipment and pouches. So I just tried to get some variety into the shades of brown here. Hope I managed that okay. For the back row, we have 3 out of the 5 Slave Lords from the Gale Force 9 box set, the Sooterham. I finished Ajax-2, the Wizard, or Magic User. We have Brother Millajoy, the Monk, and Neralas, the Assassin. Now I painted... Neralas and Ajax-2 I painted pretty much as on the box art. For Millajoy, I didn't go with the white tunic because his order that he belongs to is called the Scarlet Brotherhood. He wouldn't be wearing too much white. I kept the white in his... He has an under tunic that's peeking through in a few places. Slip of some sort. I painted that white, but the main gi, so to speak, is red and a black belt, of course, because of course he would be a black belt. Yeah. So they turned out okay, I think. Let's look at the next. And yes, I actually got the purple worm done. He's all painted up and ready to go. And you'll see that I kept a bit of sheen on his skin. I don't know if that's really appropriate. I wanted him to stand out a little bit from I've kept the base matte, and the inside of the mouth is fully gloss, and this is a satin varnish on the outside. I'm trying to do a relatively subtle blend and shading. You'll see there's a bit more shading underneath here on the portions that would not be hit by light. So looking at Xanthal, these scales, belly scales, will get more light, so they are lighter. It gets darker and darker down here. And pretty much the same thing here. This portion is lighter than this portion. Not by a whole lot, but a little bit. You know, you have to account for some ambient light reflected off the ground and so forth. And I try to even make the inside of the mouth somewhat interesting to look at, if anybody cares to look deeply into the maw of this monster. Won't get to use it for quite some time. The current campaign I'm running in D&D is the Curse of Strahd, which is all, you know, undead. There's no, it's not really that sort of dungeon crawl where a purple worm would show up. Maybe next time. Anyway, I quite enjoyed this painting, this mini. It was a very good kit, and it was a lot of fun. Let's look at works in progress. Okay, to begin with the works in progress, I'm a little disappointed in myself I didn't manage to finish the 2 ogres because they're almost done. It's just the skin tones, the faces left. This one especially is like 95% done, but I just didn't manage it before the deadline this week. And this one looks like there's more left to do, but actually that's just because he has more skin on him. It's still just the skin tones in the face, and all the equipment is done. I'm not really super happy about the shield, how that turned out. It looks a little rough. I might polish it a bit. Anyway, we have the final 2 Scourge of Sooterham. Not much has been done there. The metallics is still not even finished. They're going slow. but oh well. This guy's been base coated. You might recognize some of the colors. This is the purple, well, partly the purple and the reds I used for the purple worm. There was still some left on my wet palette, and I decided, why waste the paint? I'll give this guy a base coat. I think I'll want to make him a brighter red in the finished look, but you know, as a base tone, this is okay. Also, I've already once broken off the tail and had to re-glue it because it's glued on at this point, and if you hit it here, boom, boom, just tap it to the lever action makes it break off. So, yeah, not good. And with these three new models, all I've done is, again, because I had some bronze and gold colors on my palette anyway, I decided this mask should be bronze, and these girls' corsets, or, well, chest pieces of some sort, I decided they have a metallic sheen to them. They might not be armor, but you know, maybe it's just gold or bronze thread, but something makes them shine, just to stand out a bit. Anyway, that was that batch. So I've assembled and primed all the orcs for the band, and I've made this base. This is supposed to be a sort of wooden stage, though not a very even one. It's very rough and yeah. And it has a slightly raised portion at the back for the drummer and his kit. And I think I want to add some stuff. I want to add some stuff from this sprue, namely not the books, that they don't fit, but some skulls and some candles, and put various places around the stage. But I want to look at how I position the band members before I do that. You'll see that, for example, this guy is already standing on some skulls, so I thought that would fit. Now they went together very nicely. They did not have too much in the way of bad mold lines, and for 4 of them I had no issues whatsoever. The 2 pieces that were a little difficult were, first of all, the drum kit. Now, some of the cymbals here these 3 were separate and had to be glued on. Now, you'll see they're attached to kind of spinal columns here as risers. And it might be difficult to see, but over here, that one broke off. It was, you know, resin. It's not always structurally sound, so this is a pin. This is a piece of brass rod that I inserted and to glue that into place, and I don't think anybody will ever see that. What might be a little bit more noticeable is that this guy is missing fingers. You'll see that he's holding the microphone with a thumb and 2 fingers, and the other 2 fingers seem to be cut off, and that's because they're supposed to be, you know, he's holding it like this, throwing the horns. But they were so weak that as soon as I touched them, they broke off. And I really can't sculpt anything that fine onto them. He'll just have to live with 2 broken fingers. That's kind of metal, isn't it? Maybe? Oh well. Let's move on. Now for new projects, I'm only going to show you this one single figure this week, and I'll tell you later the reasons why I don't want to start so many new projects. I have a lot of stuff going on. And I thought, hey, let's do something different. I've been on this fantasy rampage for a long time now. Let's do something else. And I had this lying around. It's the Wasteland Warrior. It's Mad Max, you can tell. I forget where it's from. It was only in this unmarked baggie, so I think it's a North Star Mini. I think I got it as part of a promotion when I ordered something else from them. I'm not sure if it's North Star themselves or one of the ranges, the other companies they carry. But I got it as part of some other deal. And I don't do much post-apocalyptic, but I like this one. So, yeah, I'll start prepping him. New stuff this week is a box from Midland Miniatures. It's yet another Kickstarter that I backed from them. You'll remember I got a Kickstarter for some Wizard's Apprentices from them a while back. This is kind of the same thing, but Halfling Wizards. There were quite a few of these in the Kickstarter. I'll just show you a couple. Here's a typical mini. Some nice detail. There's, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wizards. And then as an add-on, I got a pack of their previous halfling models. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in here. So 17 models in total. And these are just, you know, a bunch of different halflings of various kinds. Yeah. I decided just showing them in the pack was not interesting enough for you, so I unboxed them. Just took them out of the Ziploc bag to show you a bit more detail. Here's all the wizards, and over here we have the others, which are various kinds of some warriors and some civilians, and just a traveler with a pack there. You know, a little variety. So anyway, that will be this week's episode. Next week, that is the coming week, I will have very little time to paint. I've got like one weekday evening plus Saturday, and that's it. That's all the painting time I have. So I probably won't get a whole lot done, just warning you. But there will be a show next Monday as usual. Same time, same place. And I will see you then. Till then, this is Dr. Yell, signing off.